What's up, everyone? Praful here. Welcome back. Thanks for joining in. Today is the 3rd of November, the first weekly expiry of this month, and we opened a big gap down, and after that, we saw a huge continuous up move. And at one point, was short 18100 call, and I had to take a bit of a damage in that. If you look at this, 18100, even 18150 call is showing a lot of damage. But nonetheless, I managed well with my puts, and somehow like we are still at cost to cost. At the maximum MTM that went into red was somewhere around minus 2.5 points. That was the max dip I saw in my MTM. So to talk about, I mean, I couldn't give you the updates for the first 45 minutes because I was busy with the mentorship students, and even I was busy with managing my own positions, algos, and all that. And I understand that a lot of you guys wanted to be a part of this batch, but unfortunately, the batch strength got full. And as I always tell you, मैं जितना strength में decide किया हूँ उससे ज़्यादा मैं लेता नहीं हूँ. So that's why, but there's always the next batch, probably November end में या December में होगा. So you can apply for that. But yeah, nonetheless, to talk about the markets, my calls are at 18150 and 18200, and my puts are at 17950. If you look at this, my position is very much on the bullish side because look at this. If you look at the quantities, the 18150 call has just 3600 quantity, and most of the calls are at 18200, which are just trading at around 5 rupees. Almost all of my puts are at 17950. So we are just 100 points away from the puts. But if you look at it, the 100 points away should breach the day low as well. So I'm expecting after this massive strength, until this point is broken, my position is good to hold. And I'll be exiting from 950 puts, and I'll be sitting on 900 puts once this reaches somewhere around 17. Once this reaches 17, I'll book 17950 puts and I'll go to 17900. That would be the approach. I'm not very keen on taking the call side credit yet. I'm not saying I won't take the call side credit, but as of now, I'm not very keen because the call side spike is brutal. Because if you look at this, 1800 calls ko hi dekho. Look at this. From almost 15 rupees, they made a high of 3840 rupees. So that's the kind of call side expansion that we are seeing, because once 18,000 level was clearly broken down, and once we opened below 18,000 levels, a lot of people shorted 18,000, 18,050, 18,100, 150 calls all the way up till 18,150. So once the market starts to breach this high, all these people will have to run for cover, and that is the reason which makes me not to take additional call side credit yet. But once this swing is broken down, then it confirms that M pattern, right? आपको भी मतलब दिख रहा होगा कि this is an M pattern in formation, like first, second, and now. If this breaks down, then probably I'll not hesitate to take the additional call side credit. But as of now, my approach is to take away the puts. All right, the mark to market is back to a good green, around 3.5 points up, even in this account. एक डबल टॉप फॉर्म होके देन यहाँ पे डबल बॉटम फॉर्म होके यहाँ पे ब्रेकआउट हो गया. I was expecting a double top formation, so I kind of risked off the puts, but again I had to risk back at bad prices. And all my calls are at 18,200 and all my puts are at 17,950. Not very interested in pushing the 17,950 puts to 18,000 yet. Okay? Once this call reaches like 10 or something, I'll be waiting for these calls to reach 10. And at that point, I'll come and take the 18,000 credit. Till that point, I'll still hold on to this position because this position is completely perfectly fine to actually, this position is perfectly fine to hold, because the markets are 100 points, close to 100 points away from the calls, and the markets are 150 points away from the puts. So though the puts have a skew on them, and though the puts are trading slightly at a higher value, I'm not expecting these puts to gain back faster. So if that happens, then probably I'll have to risk off the puts. I don't intend to take call side credit because the call side, they are both spiking as well as losing very fast. Because अगर ये spike में अगर मेरे को stop loss देना है, and अगर जब ये जब collapse हो जाता है उस point पे फिर से मुझे risk करना है, that itself will give me like a 2-3 point loss just like that. So I'm not very keen on taking the call side credit yet. So once this reaches like 11, probably I'll just risk it away to 17,900. तो यहाँ से आई एम फीलिंग दैट इट्स यहाँ से एक टॉप बनते दिख रहा है, बट आई वुड बी not making any adjustments till this line. this line is breached because यहाँ पे देखो it's a clear cut price action level, right? यहाँ पे एक double top, double bottom, M pattern जो भी कहते हैं सब बना के ऊपर गया है. So if at all we head here, probably it should see some impulsive buying again. So I'll be waiting for this level to actually get taken out and then I'll make my decision. The mark to market is up to 1.14 lakhs already, 1.2%, 1.2 and 1.3% already बन चुका है, and I'm sitting on a premium of 8 rupees and 8 rupees each approx. So my puts are at 17,950 and the calls are at 18,100. Pretty close, but the realized moves of the market is also something like that, because for the majority part of the day, the market has stuck between 18,030 and 18,100. That is 70 point range में ही फंसा हुआ है, and we have another 3 hours left to go. What's the idea now is, from now on, okay, it doesn't make sense for me to take additional credit. Because देखो, when you have to take additional credit, you have to take the additional credit either when there is an IB spike or just before the delta move. But अभी delta move भी हो चुका है, there is no IB spike and the calls have already lost their value. So it doesn't make sense for me to take additional credit. So I'll be taking these puts away at somewhere around 11-12 के आसपास. इनको निकालते निकालते मैं 900 पे शिफ्ट करूंगा धीरे धीरे. I won't be doing it in one go. I'd be doing it in tranches, and as of now, quite comfortable with the position. So now the approach is just to take the risk away, nothing else. Alright guys, time is 3:46, market khatam ho chuka hai. I was not able to give you updates because there was a power outage, and even UPS bhi nahi kaam kar raha tha, and because of which I was managing my positions using my phone for some time. Now that the power resumed and the rain stopped, so I just fired up my laptop again and I'm giving you this update. So yeah guys, I mean, pretty simple expiry, because if you look at it, the markets, the realized volatility of the markets, apart from the first 15-20 minutes action, it was pretty much whatever the straddles indicated. The straddle was trading for around 90 rupees in the morning, and throughout the day, for the most part of the day, the market was in that 90 point range. If you look at this 18,000, say 18,100 back to 18,000 and close somewhere here. So the non-directional traders had to struggle a lot in order to lose money today, and I made a few mistakes in the end where I tried to take 18,050 ka put credit, which backfired a bit, but I had to get out at the worst possible prices, and in the end that 18,050 put just went to zero. So yeah, that's my story guys. So I've made around 2.01 lakhs here, and which turns out to somewhere around, I've used around 90 lakhs usually. This is not the, I've used around 90 lakhs margin. So comes out somewhere around 2.2%, 2.3%. And nothing much to say. Pretty simple day. And even the 18,000 levels got respected perfectly, and even the 200-day moving averages and everything, like the price action worked beautifully. And even here the CPR worked beautifully. So people who took price action based trades, people who took support resistance based trades, people who took non-directional trades, pretty much everyone would have made money. And even the gap filling worked properly, because anyone who just anyone who took a bullish trade right after the breakout of the first 5 minutes or first 3 minutes candle, they would have also made a really good money. So overall, it was a good day. Let me know in the comment section how your expiry went, and I'll see you guys in my next trading video. Bye bye.